Test. Hello everyone, and welcome to Gentle Yoga today. So today we are going to do a nice, even balanced practice, and I want to start by coming in. Make sure you have your props handy. I am sitting on a blanket up, just at the edge. I've got a block handy for a few poses. And go ahead and close your eyes and begin to notice your breathing, noticing just the quality of your inhales and your exhales. And then I want you to begin to shape this breath and be a little bit more aware of the spine. So on your next inhale, let's go ahead. Inhale and lift your collarbones and lift your chin a bit. And then as you exhale, keep your collarbones lifted and lower your chin again back to normal and draw your navel in. We're going to continue that. Inhale, lift on up nice and tall through the spine. Chin nods up, and as you exhale, start drawing the navel in and the chin returns to halfway. One more time. Inhale, lift, expanding the space between those vertebrae, and exhale, draw that navel in. Don't be afraid to draw it in quite a bit. Good. And from there, let's go ahead, blink to open the eyes. And we'll start a little bit of warming action. Let's inhale, cat and cow seated. Draw your heart forward. Let your shoulders shrug back. And then exhale, draw your navel in to press away. All right. So inhale, come forward. Maybe even looking a little bit up like we were just doing. Then exhale, draw the chin in, draw the navel in, and tilt the pelvis. Good. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Beautiful. And then inhale, go ahead, come back to center. Nice uplifted spine. And exhale, reach your right arm over the top. And today we're going to do a little flow here. So just go with me. Inhale, open that side body. And exhale, I want you to sweep as you lean forward across to the other side. And then take your other arm with you, cycles on up, and exhale, leaning to the other side. Okay, so hold here, inhale, expand through the ribs, and exhale, sweep down and across to the other side. So it gets us a little bit into those hips. Inhale here, and then give a good side bend. Keep those hips on the floor. Inhale. We're gonna make one more trip, and then I'm gonna hold them. Exhale, sweep across. Good. And you could kind of spider creep the arms if you want across, one at a time. Let's inhale, open the side body. Exhale again. This is what I'm talking about if you want to help yourself. Okay. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, let's hold this one. Hold on over. So let's remove our hand from the equation here. Reach through your elbow to the side. Maybe soften the other elbow. Nice. Then just come on up to the center and we'll think about the other side. Come on up. Don't think about hand. Let's think about elbow reaching on up and over and opening the side ribs. And I say that because sometimes people are guided by the hand. The hand ends up ruling the pose, you know, reaching out here when I want it out here. So focus on the back instead. Nice. And let's come back on up. And then we're going to come onto our backs to do a few things to warm up. Come on back. And we got a nice four-part flow. Start with your feet in. The first part is going to be a bridge. So arms are at your side. And when you inhale, you're going to bring your arms overhead and lift your hips. And as you exhale, you're going to let that float back down, arms back, and hips down, and then hug your knees in at the end of the exhale. 4 parts. The third part is to inhale, heels high, and arms overhead. And exhale, everything back to the mat. We'll do that 3 times through. Inhale, arms up and hips up. For that bridge, lift as high as you're able. Exhale, one vertebra at a time. Come back down and hug the knees in at the end. Inhale, hands up, knees up. And exhale, take those feet back to earth. Do that one more time, okay? Inhale, hips lift. And arms overhead. Exhale, draw the navel in. When the tailbone's about down, then bring the knees in. And then inhale, come on up overhead. And exhale on back. All right, from here, I want you to extend your left leg on out nice and long and hug your right knee in. And we're gonna do a little bit of a bicycle. So you're hugging your knee in all the way. And then I want you to lift your left heel off the floor and press it away. So knee is one direction and the heel's the other. Inhale and change sides. Exhale, as you draw your knee in, you press your heel away. Feel that inner thigh stretch on both legs. Inhale, change. And exhale, draw the thigh into your belly. Extra bonus. Inhale, switch. Exhale, go long. Let's do one more of each. Inhale, change. And so the knee is as far away from the heel as it'll go. Inhale, change. And exhale, reach. Nice, let's bring everything in for a moment and we're gonna do a happy baby. So, happy baby version 1, draw the knees wide and just right there is good. Otherwise, you can have behind your knees, 2, or hands at toes, hands at the bottoms of the feet. So from here, a happy baby, you eventually want to get to a place where the low back feels like it's flattening towards the earth. And it's a big inner thigh stretch. Good, let's bring back knees into hugging, chin to chest, and give a gentle rock. Come on up, and we're gonna come to all fours. So from all fours, let's just do a little bit of Chakrava Kasana, we call this. Inhale, lift your tailbone and your heart. And exhale, sit back into your child's pose. Inhale, come on forward. It's almost like your hands are helping to drag you forward. And exhale back. Good. Inhale on up. So lifting and you're undulating the spine this whole time. Exhale, draw your navel in and the hips touch your heels. And then go ahead and resolve yourself. Settle for just a moment. Knees wide, toes together. Surrender into that space. Relax. Let your head rest. And know that this is the kind of pose that you can do anytime. And if you need to, those hips can be up higher. And my forehead could be resting on fists underneath me. Let's carry ourselves back up into all fours where I want to do a little bit of a side plank. So take your left heel and extend it back behind you. Now, open yourself onto your right side. So your right hand should be under your right elbow, shoulder, elbow too, okay? And then open on up. So my right foot is maybe kicked back behind me for a little bit more support, depends. And if you're feeling really brave, you might choose to bring that foot up too. Always gentler versions here, or hand here, yeah? Good, let's come back through. And then make sure that everything feels square before you try the other side. So, we're gonna extend the right foot back. Left hand is under left shoulder. Kick my left foot back and open onto the other side. So you can be as stable as you need, use as much as props as you need, or points of contact, or if you wanna try lifting that away, a little bit of side oblique strength. Try not to let the head sink. Make sure that ear is moving towards that shoulder a little bit. All right, and come back to the tabletop. And then I'm gonna move to standing. So however you need to do that, but sometimes I like to kind of crawl back and then come back onto my feet like so and give the Achilles and the calf a little bit of a stretch. Now if you have bad knees, this maybe isn't the way. Just come to standing the way that you might want to. And then press to lift the hips. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale and rise. And then if you're not there, find your way to the top of your mat. Now let's do a few nice flows here. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, It's just a kind of a non-standard flow. Let's twist to the right and make a chair. Inhale, sit on up. And exhale, we're gonna go to the other side. Twist, bringing your hands to opposite hips. Good. Inhale and lift. And exhale, big swan dive comes all the way down. So you can keep as much knee bend as you need. Inhale to halfway lift. Now let's talk about halfway lift. Hold that. You can have straight arms, straight legs, and straight back. In order to do that, some of us might like a prop. It depends on what our body does or doesn't want to do, all right? But try to think about keeping a soft bend in the knees, and we're also bringing our hips over those feet. Hands can be at the shins, they can be at the floor, depending on how your body is, what you're ready for, okay? Or even, sometimes if you feel like you need something higher, then have a chair close to your practice space when you begin too, right? An easily movable chair or something like that. Okay, let's come and have a forward fold. And then we're gonna lunge our right foot back. Lunge your right foot way back and put your knee down. And we're gonna have a nice low lunge today. Move your arms inside that leg and just let that foot relax in back. So my knee is over my foot in front. Again, I'm inside. And this is really just a pose I want to hold for the inner thighs. This is a part of the body that tends to be tight for a lot of people. So let's go ahead and bring our breath back if we lost it. Nice deep inhales, nice smooth exhales. And remind the body that this is not a stress place, that we are here and safe, we know what we're doing. If you like this, if you have a lot of flexibility, you can definitely come low. Another tool you might have is you could experiment with taking that front foot a little bit wider. So wherever you want to practice, make sure your knee feels okay, enough padding. You can always double up your mat or keep an extra pad, keep that blanket handy. Good. Take your last deep inhale here and a deeper exhale to really just let those hips feel heavy. All right, we're gonna work our way back to forward fold. So bring that foot back in, frame the front foot again. You're gonna tuck the back toes, and maybe we're gonna scoot ourselves back to forward fold. Leave the block there. Hands at hips, inhale, lead with your heart, on up. And exhale, mountain pose. Good, inhale, come on up. Let's start from the other direction. Exhale, twist to the left as you sit into a chair. Chair, yes. Twist, yes. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, go the other way. Twist, find the opposites. Look back. Nice. Inhale here, come on up. And exhale, bend your knees to protect your back all the way down. And we'll do the halfway lift again. We won't hold like we did last time. Inhale to halfway lift. You got that block or your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. We're heading the same place. I want to lunge my right foot way back. Nope. I want to lunge my left foot way back. Got to get the other side. Okay. Keep your knee above your foot in front. Bring your arms and your hands inside the leg. And the knee behind you can go back as far as it can go back. All right? Find a place where you want to practice. Sometimes simpler is better. Just kind of find a place where maybe you're just beyond your comfort zone, and then bring it back to the breath. Okay? Extending nice and long through the spine always. That foot could be a little wide if it feels okay. And on your next exhale, make it a nice long exhale. And then we're gonna bring it totally onto the floor. So bring this foot back behind you and we'll come onto our front. And I wanna remove my props because we're gonna sweep our arms. We don't wanna bump into anything. So here I am. Go ahead, put your forehead on the floor and glue your, maybe have your feet a little wide. Tops of the feet feeling the floor, and put your hands at your tailbone. Now, First thing you do is you're going to take your right arm around and give yourself a salute and lift your chest. Lift your head and chest a little bit. Now exhale, you look away from the salute, rest your head and bring your hand back to rest too. Now inhale, bring the left arm around to salute, lifting, and exhale, look away from the salute as you rest. Now if you want, I'm going to inhale, right hand and left leg lifts too. Exhale, look away from the salute, rest. We're going to do a couple of two full rounds here. Inhale, right leg and left salute. Attention. Exhale and look away. Rest both arms, legs, hands. Inhale. I got one more round here. I'm on my right arm. And you could be on a different schedule here. You could be at a different pace. That's okay. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And then exhale. Good. And just let that hold for a minute. Excuse me. And then go ahead, come on up. So come up onto elbows, and for a moment, let's straighten our bodies out. We're gonna do a fun pose here on our sides. Take your right arm and lengthen it out in front of you. And then turn onto your right side completely. All right, now bend your bottom leg. It's gonna support you. And then you're gonna take and reach your right arm back and find your right heel. Rest your head, okay? And then open back. So this is a back bend. So you wanna feel that gentle arc. So if you kick back a lot, you might feel like you're gonna tip back. You're always using kind of the rest of your body to balance. Really, that's part of the pose. Okay. Keeping that other leg bent sometimes helps a lot. And keep things even, only going a little bit into this if you need gentler. All right, let's come back on to our front right here. And from there, let's take a Sphinx for a second. Starting maybe with your elbows out a little bit in front of you. And if that feels okay, and make sure, just relax, just nestle your belly into the mat, okay? If that feels okay and you feel like you've got more, the elbows can come all the way under the shoulders as well. But then once you're there, you may notice you arrive here with tension in the back and in the shoulders. Melt it all, melt it all. You've got the elbows, they're supporting you and you don't need any other tension. Just draw your awareness to the back, everything from the shoulders down through the hips, melt. The head can melt too if it doesn't bother your neck. Great yin pose here. It's kind of allowing the back to relax in the opposite position that we have it in for so long, most of our days. Let's come out of that. Reach your left arm forward and then come onto your left side. So again, let's rest your head and bend your bottom leg. Now, take your right arm and reach back for your right heel. So if you're feeling too tippy backwards, you may even choose to keep your bottom leg straight, all right? I'm on the edge of a mat, which is not helping, but what else do you need here? You need probably a little bit of holistic core strength. Everything on every side of your low torso. And remembering the back bend part of this, feel that nice arc, shoulder rolls back. All right, let's go ahead and bring this back onto our fronts. And we're gonna come on up, press yourself on up and swing around. So we're gonna do a few things, a bunch of things here. When we do a seated pose, again, I invite you to use a blanket. We're gonna do butterfly or a bound angle. Come on to the blanket and we'll have the soles of the feet together. So if you find sitting in postures during class challenging, that's where I really advise you to sit up on a little bit of a blanket or a pillow, whatever you've got at home. Feet are together, and still, if you feel really strained in a pose like this, number one recommendation is to just use your hands behind you and lift, all right? Otherwise, I like to interlace my fingers and then draw them around the feet, and then remind myself to sort of sit up, which sort of straightens my arms, and also kind of reminds me to make my knees wide. Again, hands behind you is great. And then if you're feeling it, if you start to melt, think about hinging from the hips. Always from the hips. Again, it's not about where the head goes. It's about how the back is. Take another 2 nice, long, smooth breaths here. Again, so we've done some work to work into those inner thighs. Hopefully now a pose like this feels not cold, all right? All right, and then we're gonna go ahead, we'll remove the blanket and we're gonna roll for a bridge flow again. So just the bridge this time. And I want you to go, let's gonna keep our arms at our side on this one. So not overhead, keep your arms at your side, and let's take an inhale and lift just your tailbone off the mat. Let's go through one chakra at a time, and then exhale, put it down. I want you to really fine tune your awareness of your spine and your breath. And then inhale, lift your spine up the navel, okay? And then exhale, put it down. So these early ones feel really, really slow. Then inhale and lift up to about the level of the bottom of your ribs until you feel the bottom of the ribs. Spine lifts, and exhale, put it down one vertebra at a time. Really get to know that spine. Now, inhale, peel up to the level of your heart, the backside of your heart. And exhale, one vertebra at a time. Go ahead, put it down. And then inhale up to the level of the throat. So this is more like your full bridge here. And then exhale, one vertebra at a time, still not losing our good focus. And then, hopefully you have your block handy, unlike me. Inhale, lift on up again to that place, up to the level of the throat, and let's have a restorative bridge. So you're gonna take your block, probably most people have the short side, and put your hips on down. Now you gotta find the magic spot. Where can you do this so that it doesn't feel rocky and it's not digging into your back, okay? So I have, I'm a taller person, so I could actually do the tall side here and be okay if I get it in the right spot and feel a nice openness. Guys, you also want to think about, nestling in on this. Your arms are nestled in and your shoulders are kind of nestled in underneath you too. You tuck your shoulder blades in. It helps to support the lift. And while you're here too, make sure that your neck is in the right place. I mean, your chin is bowed in a little bit towards the chest, but you want it to feel okay. So if it feels like it's crunched, then, micro adjust, bring that chin up a little bit. And again, a nice restorative. This is, it's one kind of inversion that we do. And then we're going to press into the feet, lift the hips, remove that. Easy, one vertebra at a time. Remember what you learned. Draw your navel in to help that descent. And come on down. All right, from here, I'd like to do a reclining twist. So take your arms out wide, excuse me, and move your hips to the right. And then just drop your hips over to the right. And there's a lot of ways you can practice this pose. If you want to even bring your top knee a little further and then your left hand over it, great. If you want to look away, you can add that. A lot of layers to a twist like this. It's nice if you can get to a place where your shoulders both lie flat as well. And some of us may have SI issues that are aggravated by this kind of twist. So don't feel like you have to be completely open in the chest and completely side on, with the legs. Stop short of any aggravation. Really, twists happen from the navel up. So focus on that part. All right, let's come back to center gently. And then we're gonna extend on out long. Feet long, arms long. And we're gonna do the banana pose. So reach overhead. And we're gonna stretch the right side of our body. Take your left hand, hold your right wrist, and pull it to the left. Now you already feel this kind of half moon shape. If you feel okay and you wanna do more, take your right ankle, cross it over your left ankle, and feel that, ooh, simple move, but that brings just some lightning down the side of the body, you bet. And breathe into the space. So, in the latter part of class here, we're not flowing so much, so I don't say inhale, exhale, but I want you to train yourself to keep your yogic breathing flowing. That baseline breath is that smooth inhale, exhale are even, round, and they kind of melt one into the other. Okay, carefully come back to center and bring your bend the knees, bring your feet in. We're gonna do the other twist. So move your hips a little to the left. And then arms out to a T. Tip the legs to go right. And then it's yogi's choice. All sorts of stuff you can do. You can look down the opposite way. You could bring your hand to the top knee to keep going. There are deeper twists if you're familiar and you love them. Feel free. And again, when you find yourself in a silent place, take it, right? Use the nice space in your head. Clear as an anti-stressor, anti-anxiety. Smooth out your breath again. Smoothing out your breath will smooth out your brain. Okay, let's come back to center and go nice and come everything even. Legs out, arms overhead. We gotta do the other banana. So take your right hand, hold your left wrist, and pull it over to the right side. So you're stretching the left side of the body. And then your left heel comes up over right if you want, and keep moving. And so if you really love this stretch, you wanna go further into it, you probably can move the shoulders, hands, and feet even further to the side. So go ahead and resume your nice one-to-one breathing. And always here too, during the course of your practice, just keeping the focus on your practice. Letting your thoughts be away from you for this time. Melting into your relaxation and silence, even just a little bit. And then let's go ahead and return to center and do just a couple easy flows to even that out. Come back fully to center. And like we did in the beginning, let's just do a piece of it. Inhale, arms up, feet up, and exhale, hug. Inhale, arms up, feet up, and exhale, hug. One more, maybe closing your eyes and drawing yourself into an even quieter place, relaxation. And then place your feet down, maybe feet wide today, and knees tip in for constructive rest. Arms lie at the side with palms up, and close your eyes. And just remain here in Shavasana. And relax fully, okay? So allow yourself to really reap the benefits of your practice by letting the culmination of your concentration bring you into an even more relaxed, calm state. And please, I invite you to stay in your Shavasana, your rest, even for as much as 5 minutes. When you're ready to be guided out, just take a deeper breath and move the hands. And then roll onto your right side. Pausing there. And then coming up to find an effortless seat. And seal in your practice, drawing your hands to heart center and then nodding the chin into the chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Take your peace and your power and your calm with you. And if you have any feedback, scroll on down and find the feedback button on the page. And questions, comments, always welcome. See you next time.